Imagine this. You're writing music for a stealth sci-fi game. Your cool, generic action hero spy is infiltrating a super secret evil base, and you need to stay sneaky to make your way in. Guards are everywhere. If you make too much noise, they enter a searching state looking for you. And if they spot you, well, they've been instructed to shoot on sight. You want the music to adapt dynamically to what's happening in the gameplay and help communicate the current state to the player. So you decide to create 3 musical layers. A base sneaking layer, a searching layer for when guards are looking for you, and a spotted layer for when you've been detected. In this case, you don't want the music to just completely switch tracks. Instead, you want the different elements of the same musical foundation to fade in and evolve naturally with the gameplay. AMAPP can really help organize this workflow, so let's go. So, I have an empty Reaper project here, and let's start with the base layer. I prepared 5 tracks for this section. Let's drag them in. Let's give them a fancy color. Nice. Let's listen to what we have. Later, these will of course be exported together as one file, so let's use AMAPP to organize them into a cluster. I'll open AMAPP and I actually have it bound to a keyboard shortcut, which makes it very fast to open it up. So, I have the trial version, and that's free and available for anyone to use, so it's just to go in there and install that right now if you want to try it out. More info on the AMAPP website. We want to make a cluster. Clusters are basically a collection of MIDI items, audio files, MIDI files that are supposed to be in the same musical layer. And there are 2 main ways to create a cluster. The first way is to click the plus icon and create an empty cluster. We can give it a name, so like bass. We can decide if it's a loop, that way it takes the audio tail and puts it in the front as well, so it loops seamlessly, which we want. And you can also choose to create a region as well. The region feature is useful if you want to combine this workflow with Reaper's native region system, but clusters already work as a complete system on their own, so we don't need that here. So let's just skip that and create. Since we created just an empty cluster, we need to take this cluster and drag it out for how long we want it. Clusters are really helpful to audition what's in the musical layer, and if we press focus now, nothing is here. So we need to add stuff to this cluster. And if we're back in the arrangement view, we can see that these icons have appeared. As long as this cluster is selected, we can just simply press and add these files to the cluster. And if we now press focus again, we can see that this is now our cluster. The same button can also be used to remove items from a cluster. So if I, for instance, decide that I'm tired of this beat loop, I can just remove it. And then if we focus again, we can see that the beat loop is now not in the focused view. We can also hear that because if we play everything, the beat loop is there. And if I focus, we don't have the beat loop. So the clusters are also a great way to know that you're exporting exactly what you're supposed to be exporting in the end. Let's add back the beat loop. That's actually it for the base layer, so let's add the searching layer. This layer is actually designed to work with the base layer, but fade in whenever guard starts searching for the player. Add colors. Since we want to export this separately later, we'll create a new cluster for it. The second way to create a cluster is even faster than the first. Simply select the media that you want to include, press the plus button, and then AMAPP will automatically create a new cluster containing those selected items. Let's name this searching. Let's make it a loop. The cluster length is the same as the media item length, so we need to make sure that this is also adjusted for the loop length. Let's hear these layers first, and once again we can press focus to just hear these layers. Once again, the focus is really great for auditioning what is sounding and how it should sound later. So let's just listen to the bass layer first. And then let's add the searching layer. So that's it for the searching layer. Let's make the spotted layer. So the guards have spotted you and we want the music to really ramp up a bit. The spotted layer is designed to actually replace certain elements from the bass layer with more intense versions. So for instance, we have a more aggressive version of the beat loop. Compared to the old one. And we have the bass ARP pushing on 16 notes instead of 8 notes. Compared with the bass ARP. So, without a system like this, we usually end up with two problematic approaches. One is to keep everything here on the same area of the timeline, but then you constantly have to solo and mute tracks. And you have to carefully manage the export and make sure that the right stems are in the right files. To listen to the bass, we have to solo the bass layers, but then to actually export the spotted layer, we have to take away the bass ARP and the beat loop, and we have to add these, and yeah, making mistakes is very easy. So, option 2 is duplicating everything into a new section of the timeline to make sure that we only have the right files. And then we can remove the bass ARP, we can remove the beat loop. But then, if we later change something, say the melody, for instance, say that we take this down a lot in volume, for instance, we have to make the same adjustment here and manually update every duplicated section. And once again, it's very easy to forget and to make mistakes. And this is a tiny project. Imagine doing this across like hundreds of adaptive layers. Instead, with AMAPP, we simply create a new cluster and only include the files that we actually want. Let's name it Spotted. So we added the new intense loops. We reused the relevant files, for instance the bass drum and the pads, from the bass layer and only replaced the beat and bass parts with their new versions. And if we focus, we can hear that everything is alright. And that's it. Now we can immediately start listening, comparing versions, and staying creative basically without losing control over the project structure. Since this music is designed to be basically variations of the same music, it's nice to have it on the same place on the timeline to be able to make sure that we always have what we want in the different layers. Now we can compare bass with the spotted one. Just a tiny bit of difference. I'm going to go into more detail on the rendering in a different video, but simply we can set the render options here. I, for instance, don't need a OGG copy of the file, so let's just take that away. If we just want to export the bass, we can select the bass and render selected, but I want to render everything and then just press render all. We get a little confirmation here, and if we haven't specified anything else, AMAPP will create a little folder and have all the files here for us. And they should be exactly how we auditioned in Reaper. And that's it for now. So, if you made it this far, thanks for watching, of course. There will be more bite-sized tutorials on AMAPP coming up. So if you want to see them, subscribe and you will get a notification when they are uploaded. Check out AMAPP's website, join the Discord also, because it's just a really nice plugin. I really enjoy it. And yeah, thanks for now. See you later. I need to come up with a catchphrase, don't I? We'll see about that. Yeah. Bye-bye.